Anatomy class, we learned a lot of new things. We completed engaging activities and experiments, ranging from extracting our own DNA to completing a mock urinalysis. Throughout this week, we also learned detailed anatomy and physiology of numerous body systems. The integumentary, reproductive, endocrine, muscular, skeletal, urinary, digestive, circulatory, immune, respiratory, and nervous systems. Another interesting thing that we did was trace our bodies and draw the organs inside of them. I think that all of us in this class have learned so many new things and have expanded our knowledge with lab experiments and lessons.
Have you ever wanted to see your DNA? Well, we did just that, and we extracted our DNA. To collect cells, we drank Gatorade and swished it around our mouth. Once we obtained the cells, we poured the cell-infested Gatorade into a tube and added the list solution and 70% ethanol. The DNA is located in the nucleus of cells, so we had to get it out by adding chemicals. After letting the solution sit for 10 minutes, we found that there were 3 distinct layers. In the middle, the DNA started to move together, forming what looked like a white cloud. We used the dropper to take it out and put it in a necklace to proudly wear it on our neck. Even though it looked so little, the DNA in one cell lines up to be around 9 feet long. The double helix shape holds a specific information of our genetic code using the 4 nucleotide bases: adenine, guanine, cytosine, and thymine. The sequence of the DNA creates us. The extraction of DNA was a fun and amazing experience.
Muscles are complex arrangements of tissue comprised mostly of proteins like actin and myosin, which use ATP, the body's own fuel source, to expand and contract, creating movement. Muscles come in many different shapes and types, such as skeletal, smooth, and cardiacs, which can all be fatigued and even torn by extended usage, a process that can build up muscle when repeated. Muscles are amazingly complex biomechanical motors that not only make all life possible, but let us enjoy it to the fullest.
Our wonderful skeletal system is made up of 206 bones, all designed to support, protect, and provide structure to our body. We have many different types of bones: long, short, regular, semizoid, and flat. All of these bones give us our shape. They are made of compact, spongy, and red bone, and they also have peristome, yellow bone marrow, and growth plate in them. Bones are connected by joints and tendons, and some bones in your body are your scapula, which is your shoulder, your ribs, humerus, ulna, femur, and radius. Our bones are an amazing part of our body.
In anatomy class, we learned about many things, but one important system we learned about is the cardiovascular system. The cardiovascular system consists of your heart, blood vessels, and blood. The heart has 4 chambers. The upper chambers are called atria, and the lower chambers are called ventricles. The right side of the heart receives deoxygenated blood, and the left side receives oxygenated blood. When the heart receives deoxygenated blood, it pumps it to the lungs to get oxygen. Then it takes it back from the lungs and pumps it all around the body. The cardiovascular system also has 2 circuits: the pulmonary circuit and the systemic circuit. The pulmonary circuit is the circulation of blood between the heart and the lungs. The systemic circuit is the circulation of blood from the heart to the muscles and the tissue around your body. In conclusion, the cardiovascular system transports blood and oxygen to supply the body with nutrients. We all had so much fun with every lesson and activity that we talked about this week, so thank you.
Today I will be explaining the digestive system. The digestive system is very important as it digests foods to make energy. The first part of the system is the GI tract. This includes the mouth, pharynx, esophagus, stomach, small intestine, large intestine, rectum, and anus. Food first goes in the mouth where it will undergo chemical and mechanical digestion. The food then passes through the pharynx and esophagus to the stomach. Here, the food will be further digested by the stomach acid. After that, the food will travel through the intestines. Water and nutrients will be absorbed into the body. Then, waste will build up in the rectum until it is excreted through the anus. The second part of this system are the secondary organs. They are salivary glands, the liver, pancreas, and gallbladder. The salivary glands help digest food in the mouth by producing saliva. The liver takes water and nutrients from the intestines and gives it to the circulatory system. The liver also makes bile to help digest fats. The gallbladder stores bile. Finally, the pancreas secretes pancreatic juice into the small intestine to help with digestion.
Blood transfusion is when one person, the donor, gives blood to another. First, I will explain blood types. The letter part of your type is either A, B, AB, or O. Blood cells have antigens all over them. Antigens are either A or B antigens. If you have A antigens, you are blood type A. If you have B antigens, you are blood type B. If you have both antigens, you are AB. O-type blood is when a person has no antigens. The positive negative part is from Rh. If you have Rh, you are positive. If not, negative. In a blood transfusion, it is important to match the positive or negative because of antibodies. This is also important in the letters. People with A or B blood have antibodies that attack and kill the opposite antigen. People with AB blood have no antibodies, whereas O blood has both antibodies. In order to know what blood type it is, doctors test samples of blood by adding antigen-detecting serum to the blood. If the blood reacts to the serum, it is that type. Such as if blood reacted to anti-A serum, it is A. Blood reacts by becoming clumpy and sand-like. Thank you for listening.
After learning about taste, we did a lab that illustrated the principles of gustatory sensation. We did this by tasting salt, equal, sugar, M&Ms, Warheads, and MSG, and rating their salty, sweet, bitter, sour, and umami taste on a scale of 1 to 10. Once we rated all of them, we drank tea that contained a herb called Gymnema sylvestre. We then tasted all the substances again. Upon retasting them, their sweetness went down significantly. These observations led us to believe that the tea blocks sweet receptors on our tongue. This hypothesis was right, as the Gymnema sylvestre tea had a herb that alters the taste of sugar-rich foods, and some people believe that this herb blocks sugar or sucrose receptors, which is helpful for people trying to overcome sugar cravings.
The nervous system is mainly in charge of all the systems in the human body. This system's job is to send signals and messages through the body of the brain, from the brain. The brain and the spinal cord make up the CNS, which is the central nervous system. The nervous system is made up of the CNS and the PNS. Peripheral, which has nerves. The nervous system is my favorite because of its function and its layout. I sometimes write diagrams of it to help me think because it's a really good system and I really love it. Thanks for listening.
The anatomy class at GoSciTech was super fun, and there were many things to enjoy. Our favorite were the lab dissections. In the beginning of the week, we were given a notebook with all of our lessons and lab instructions for the week. Our favorite dissections were the cow eye, sheep brain, and the anatomy of a rat. We used anatomical terms that we learned that will be used or could be used in the medical field. We also learned about the body systems and diseases that may affect them. Every time we learned about a new system, we added it onto an outline of our bodies that we traced at the beginning of the week. We made many friends, and we would like to thank our teachers and student assistants for making sure we learned all that we did and made so many new friends and had so much fun.